Begin today with a little discussion about the family and partners, as many women feel that they are carrying the mental load in their relationships. But what if understanding hormonal shifts could actually help ease that burden and strengthen intimacy? That's where the CEO of The Agenda, Alyx Coble-Frakes, comes in. She is here to help us prevent resentment and create deeper connection in our relationships. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I feel a little intimidated to have this conversation. Do people say that to you immediately?
I think that's pretty common. It's
Yeah.
a topic that's been charged
Yes.
and very taboo for a long time. So we're excited to crack that open and bring some relief and support to the area.
Well, I feel that when we talk in a women's circle,
Yeah.
we talk very freely and openly about this. How does having this conversation with your partner actually help prevent some of that resentment?
We all kind of know women are four different people throughout the month, but we've never been able to talk about it, except for in a way that's maybe in a joke or, oh, are you PMSing? Like, what's wrong?
Right.
But when we can take that out of it and we can actually openly talk about it, women feel really supported. Men have an idea of what's going on, so they're not confused, and relationships flow so much better.
How does it create that resentment when you're in your cycle? Is it certain times of the month that you can become more upset? I don't know.
Yeah, and just feeling misunderstood by your partner, that definitely leads to that resentment. And then during the luteal phase, we don't have as much estrogen, so women take things to heart and maybe speak up in a way that they didn't earlier in the cycle, and that can cause this cycle of conflict.
Okay, so you have to learn the four phases. The four phases of the cycle.
The four phases.
Is it every week of the month?
Approximately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we start with our period. That's when we're pretty internal. The follicular phase is when we start to get more pro-social and outgoing. Ovulation is a really potent time for manifestation. And we do a lot of our really good analyzing and organizing work during the luteal phase.
Okay. When do we get mad? That's what my husband wants to know. How does this impact? We mentioned at the beginning, you're carrying the mental load. How does understanding this impact that mental load that we're carrying?
Yeah, so when you're not as fatigued, or when you understand your cycle to begin with, so when women understand what's going on, they can ask for help, they can ask for that support, and they know what they're needing at the different phases of the month. And when we don't know that, it can feel really confusing. So how can you explain something to your partner that you don't even understand for yourself?
Yeah. Okay, so I tried to tell my husband we were having this conversation today. I don't know how open and receptive he would be to this. What's some suggestions for women who are hearing this? They're saying, yes, this would be really helpful if my partner did understand this. How do you start that conversation?
We've actually found when we start to talk to men about this, men get really excited and they're like, you can biohack the cycle? Like, they can know how they are in different phases of the month. And that enthusiasm from men, I think, can be really permission granting. So if you're a guy listening to this, maybe bringing it up in a gentle way to your partner. And if you're a woman who wants to bring your partner in, start by learning yourself, taking a few notes, and then you can start to bring them into the fold, because we find men really do want to understand, and they're coachable. They want to have a happy relationship. If your wife is happy, everyone's going to be happy.
Yeah.
So we can show them that impact.
Okay, so you start the conversation. You have created an app that we can go follow. It's The Agenda, is that right?
Yes.
The Agenda period?
The Agenda period.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can find it, and we help women understand their cycle, connect it to their Google Calendar, and then we make recommendations to solve cycle problems. And it gives you tons of information that you can pass on to your partner as well.
So when you're in certain phases, you'll know.
Yeah, like we'll show
agenda.
you, hey, work on these tasks right now, do this self-care, do these exercises. This is going to support your cycle.
Because you mentioned the biohacks, so that would be in there. Like,
Absolutely.
this is what you're good at right now.
Absolutely. We highlight it. We don't want anyone to feel like it's a negative or it's not good. So we show each of the four phases with their best gifts and highlights, and we help women really reclaim what's been really hard for them.
Yeah, what we have maybe felt like we can't talk about on TV, only in our small little circles, but now if more people understood it,
then we can all feel better. Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Thank you for having this conversation. My hands can stop shaking now. No, it's not actually been that bad. To learn more, you can download the Agenda app, or you can go to theagendaperiod.com.